All right, so let's talk about WrestleMania 40. I'm going to talk about the matches that are currently being planned for the show and discuss some other rumors and notes about WrestleMania 40 coming up next year in April. We're only about 8 or so months away, 7 or so months away from the show, and it's going to be from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So there's three matches that I know are right now penciled in, and I say penciled because obviously this can change. There could be creative differences. Endeavor and the team there, Vince McMahon and them, they could change their mind on this. There could be injuries. All that kind of stuff happens all the time in wrestling. So I want to go over like some of the rumors and what's confirmed. So let's go over what's confirmed first, then I'll go over some of the rumors. Main event. Roman Reigns defending the undisputed Universal title against Cody Rhodes again. This is a rematch from WrestleMania last year. The idea here is going to be that Cody will be winning the Royal Rumble in St. Petersburg, Florida, the Tampa Bay area. Dusty Rhodes was a major star in championship wrestling from Florida. And here in Tampa, he is a legend in this part of Florida. And Cody winning is very fitting. This time, though, I don't think he's going to be number 30. There's a rumor he might even be number 1, but the idea here is that last year Cody was never supposed to win. The story that was discussed, and this is, I think, Triple H's idea, is literally a story that was borrowed from Dusty Rhodes himself, and that is the Starrcade 84, Starrcade 85 story. If you remember, if you're a wrestling fan, a longtime fan, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, Ric Flair defended the title against Dusty Rhodes at Starrcade 84, and Dusty Rhodes lost that match due to a blood stoppage, and he did not win the title. And so at Starrcade 85, Dusty did win the title. So the idea is you have your babyface get all this momentum, but then he comes real close to winning, but he doesn't get it done. And that's what happened at WrestleMania this year. Cody was about to hit that third crossroads, had Roman Reigns beat until Solo Sikoa came in and cost him the match. With WrestleMania next year, things are going to be different, and the idea is going to be that, like Dusty at Starrcade 85, Cody will be the one to actually get the job done now, finally, closing the book on a 3-year story that started with WrestleMania 38 and his return and his defeat of Seth Rollins. Really, it's longer than 3 years. It goes all the way back to Dusty and Superstar Billy Graham in the Garden in the 70s, but it's going to be a wonderful moment when Cody does dethrone Roman and Roman passed the torch to him as the next guy. That is the plan as of right now. I even told you guys they were going to do this the day after WrestleMania, like right after, or even in my review for it. I remember saying that on this channel, and it looks like I was able to successfully read Triple H's mind. And you know what? I love it because think about the story of the Rhodes family and Cody, like hard times. Cody comes into the company, he gets the torn pec, but he just, beats Roman at WrestleMania. It makes more sense if he has to reclimb that ladder. So he gets to Roman Reigns, does not get the job done. Then he has to go through Brock Lesnar. And in the meantime, he has a feud going on with the Judgment Day. So all of that's happening kind of at the same time. And it's all being done to kind of put Cody through some punishment, and some pain before he eventually does capture the championship from Roman Reigns. Now, what about the other championship? What about the other title? So, from what I understand, Seth Rollins will defend the World Heavyweight title if he still has it, which, like I said, this could change, versus Drew McIntyre. With the idea being that Drew McIntyre is going to turn heel at some point between now and WrestleMania. I don't know when. I'm not sure how they're going to pull it off, but that's going to be the other championship match on the show when it comes to the men's titles. So that to me is a very interesting idea. It's a shame that Drew McIntyre had his big babyface win during the lockdowns because his whole run was in front of no fans, and it's just unfortunate because we're never going to really know how much he would have drawn to the crowds. But as a heel, he's been a heel before in this company, so let's see what happens. It'll be a good match, nevertheless. I don't know who's going to win that one. The other match that's being discussed for WrestleMania, and I talked about this, and actually the Usos themselves revealed this in an interview with Ariel Helwani. Go to YouTube and type in Ariel Helwani Usos, and you'll hear him say it. They wanted to wrestle each other. This is about a month before SummerSlam. So Jimmy Uso turning on Jay was not a surprise because Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso is one of the planned matches for WrestleMania. This is why Jey got put on Raw, why they're separated, but Jimmy's a heel, Jey's a babyface. All of that's being done to eventually bring them back together for WrestleMania, brother versus brother. And it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, it follows the line of Brett versus Owen and Matt versus Jeff. To be honest, the Matt versus Jeff 2009 feud was kind of cringe. Brett versus Owen, though, was legendary. And Jimmy versus Jey, I don't know if it'll be tribal warfare. Somebody told me it could be tribal warfare. So we'll see. And I'm not sure if Rikishi will be involved or not in that. Now, what are some of the other rumors? So Gunther versus Brock Lesnar is one the fans want. I asked about it. I was told they don't know. So we might get it at WrestleMania. We might not. I think that would be a phenomenal wrestling match if we see it. Now, the other big sort of mystery is what's going to happen with what's been going on with the strikes in LA, because we see John Cena now, he's back. We've got AJ Styles. I'm not AJ Styles. I'm sorry. The Rock. Are The Rock and Cena going to be involved at WrestleMania? Well, I don't know. That I don't have an answer for you. There are rumors, of course, of them possibly doing The Rock and Roman at some point. Not at Mania necessarily, but at some point, maybe for WrestleMania 41 or 42. For all we know, The Rock could actually help Cody win the title. I don't know. But there is a possibility of that happening. I know Dave Meltzer, Garrett Gonzalez talked about it on their show about that being a possibility. But I don't know if he's locked in to actually have a match this year. But The Rock does want to promote the XFL through WWE, so that could be something. Now, what about John Cena? Right now, John Cena's in a feud with Jimmy Uso and with Solo. I don't think it's going to go all the way to WrestleMania. For me, and this is not a scoop, this is my guess, what I want. I think the perfect opponent for John Cena is the perfect opponent for Edge, because if Edge is going to retire at WrestleMania, his last match should be against John Cena, the guy who really was his rival in 2006. And these guys made themselves like better when they had that great feud back then. So Edge and John Cena, I'm not saying that's booked, but that's possible. So that's kind of what I have for you right now, is those three matches are planned right now. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Rhea Ripley. I could see a Rhea Ripley-Bianca Belair match only because that was teased the night after WrestleMania. There's rumors about Jade Cargill starting as early as this week or next week in WWE. And there's talk and speculation amongst the fans about her possibly dethroning Becky for the NXT title. Now, I don't know if that's definitely going to happen or not, but people seem to wonder if that's a hell of a way to debut her. I could see her definitely being involved in the WrestleMania plans, whether it be on NXT or on the main roster. But from what I understand, everybody who I talk to keeps saying she's not going to NXT. She might go to NXT to like train, but she's not going to be a member of that roster. She's going to be a main roster member. So I don't know if they're going to actually pull that off. But I will tell you that this week, Jade Cargill, actually I think today, Jade Cargill is in Orlando, Florida at the Performance Center. She's getting her medical evaluations done and her physical. So she's starting very, very soon. There you go. So that's interesting. Now, that's what I have for you right now. I'm sure more matches will come about. I don't know what Kevin Owens and Sammy are going to do. There is talk. I should mention this. I heard earlier this year, not now, earlier this year, I heard they're going to do another Rey Mysterio Dominic match, but this time Dominic will get the win. Don't know if they're still doing that. I know that at one time it was pitched in creative to have Vicky Guerrero and Chavo involved. Chavo was in AEW at the time, and I think Vicky just finished up there. So I think they might both actually be available to get involved in this phase of the feud. We'll see what they do. Again, that's not something, I'm not going to sit here and tell you for sure it's going to happen, but it's something I heard about earlier this year. So that's your WrestleMania card for right now. I think it looks fantastic. I think Tribal Warfare between Jimmy and Jey and Cody Roman 2 by themselves are tremendously huge matches for the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, the 40th year. And having Cody dethrone Roman after 3 consecutive successful title defenses at WrestleMania Roman Reigns' run is going to be legendary, like him or not. This is going to be, for the modern era, this is one of the great all-time title runs. Maybe the best one of the past, like, decade, I would say. Maybe decade and a half. So, it's going to be a satisfying moment for Cody to finally finish the story. We'll see what LA Knight does, too. I'm curious about where they position him on the card. He's definitely talking about getting he's definitely getting a big push. No argument there. Who is he going to feud against? What's going to be his match? Let me know what you think down below about that one. Anyways, that's my video for today. I will talk to y'all real soon. I think the next wrestling video I'm going to do is about my top 5 Bryan Danielson matches I want to see before he retires. So, that'll be my review, or my next video, probably about wrestling. Probably, unless something big happens. Take care. See you soon.